Welcome, guys. Welcome to Living Abroad, the podcast. It's been a while. It's been probably over a month since I've recorded. Like with work and trying to make ends meet and trying to do this. Like how YouTube is not paying us to do this, so we have to find other side hustles. And yeah, so I've just been busy but yeah, finally we're here, we're back. And I am so excited about today, to be honest. You have no idea. I've been trying, I've been trying to get you on since day one. Remember, when I was even thinking of starting the podcast, I gave you a call because you've been doing this for a while,
Oh,
right?
yes. My name is Nico Ndlovu,
Yeah.
and the founder of Socioeconomic podcast based in Scotland.
Yes.
Yes, I remember that phone call. That's good.
Yes, I was like, how do I do this? Please come on. And you were like, no, you'll be fine. Do it. Start. The best thing is to start. So yes, guys, I have my brother here, my friend, Mr. Nico Ndlovu. Yes. Remember the first time we met?
Yes, I think it was 2011.
You remember? I can't believe you remember. Yeah.
Yeah, 2011 in Maryhill, somewhere in Glasgow, somewhere there.
Yes. And I remember going to your house the first time. And I think we
Yeah,
need to talk about these paintings. And you had these fascinating, beautiful paintings on your wall. Do you
because
still have
if you look around here in the studio, there's more now. I'm collecting art anyway. I got lost in the living room, so
No, but like what was fascinating about those ones?
I
Remember,
can't remember them though.
they were like about like 5 or 6 of the beautiful though of like naked women.
Whoa, okay. Hold on. Is that my house?
Yeah, but anyways, do you still have those?
No, I don't. I'll give it to my friends when I was moving. No,
Uh,
actually, let me explain. It's not only naked women. I know people would think something. In art, if you don't understand art, you can always pick up the negative part of the art. The art is even men and women, our bodies are art. But that
uh,
one for me specific was looking the artist. How did he do that? Now it's not a
oh, okay.
photo. It's not like a photograph. If it was a photograph, people think this guy is a little bit weird. But that was a proper someone actually worked hard to paint it. I don't see anything wrong with that.
No, you can do mine if you want. Like those were beautiful, to be honest.
Thank you. I know I
Yeah.
like this because I'm a little bit defensive because we are living in this world of
Ah,
judgmental and stuff. I'm not, I mean, like me, I'm an open-minded person. You can ask me any question.
they were beautiful. That's what I'm saying. Like we should.
I can't remember them though. So, but you're not the first person actually remind me of these, but
But honestly, you shouldn't stop. Like honestly, I can see like even behind you. Is that one? Did you make that one yourself as well?
no, that one's expensive one.
Oh, I can't afford it.
No, I found it. I collect these paintings like in the charity. Some people they just dump through stuff. They don't know how beautiful these things are.
Hmm.
Um,
But anyways, yes, I'll let you like proper like introduce yourself and tell us everything that you are doing because I don't want you to leaving anything out, please.
I think it was 2012. I joined a group, which means I don't like talk about the groups I work with much because it's like a divorce. You can end up saying something that will upset the people.
Yeah.
I joined this group, non-name, and yeah, so I was doing with them sketches, writing,
Mm.
and one day they say, "I can do 3 minutes, man." 3 minutes, I pissed myself. It was one of the longest time in my life, and no one is laughing, and just like, I don't know if you've been that place in Woodlands Road. I think we've
In
done it.
town.
Yeah, I think we came once, or it's no
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
in West End, West. Yeah,
No,
so it
I came.
started.
No, I came to that one in town.
Oh, that was like last year or this.
Yeah, last year. I
Yeah,
think.
no, that
Mm.
was like, oh, yeah, that's good. But when I started that group, and then what did I do? And then I decided I thought maybe it'd be nice to have like an African comedy place. So I went to the African restaurant to ask if I can do comedy there, which means calabash, by the way. They say yes, and honest, there was not enough support from my community, so I thought that's a waste of time. So I moved to a Scottish bar, which means was really massive. Until, as you know, that in life, as it goes, always problems appear, no matter how good you are, how bad, it's always. So that I also stopped there because of something happened. But come on, personally, people think I'm a comedian. I'm not like really like those people can actually spend your money to, because my life is about directing and promoting and managing things and actually go on the stage as well, but not put myself down. Yeah, I'll do it, but I don't want to give people high expectations and stuff like. But when I do something. But my feelings and my dreams is to own these places, is to run productions, the podcast, and lots of comedians work with me in Scotland. More than, if I count numbers, maybe I'll be wrong, but yeah, hundreds and hundreds of them. They came through me and stuff like that, and lots of people, they know me. But I don't do things only for myself. If you work with me, it's for us. Now, I'm not going up like, hey, look at me. I'm this, I'm better than you. No. Sometimes that's why people see me simple. If you don't know me, you'll be like, what's wrong with this homeless guy? I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like I think you just said something very interesting there. Like when you started, right? You started in an African bar because you wanted to create this African kind of like comedy scene. So like, and you talk about not getting enough support. I mean, what's your take on that? What are we getting wrong? Because this is not the first time we're having this conversation. I had a chat with Mindlos, right? About how the collaborations, especially in Scotland, between Black people. What are we getting wrong?
Well, on my own experience, 8 years on this game, more than 8 years, sorry. Oh, I might be wrong, but I speak from my words. Me, I'm one of those people I'll tell you in your face, and I don't mind, but as well, I don't want to spoil your podcast. So I'll keep it.
No. This is not censored. We're not, as I said, like, no, this is not censored.
So
like,
I think as Africans, for example, we're built up on poverty, a mindset that if you don't pay me, why should I be here? Oh, I never see on TV, you're not good enough. I want, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many judgmentals on that. They don't like if someone's trying new, you have to be perfect. That's what they want. They want something perfect. They can pay a comedian 110,000 pounds from Africa, because it's on television, and they leave you are living next door to them. Even to give you £5, they will never do that because you're not in that grade. So I think I think no support from Africans. I don't think it has anything to do with different countries or hate and stuff like that. No, it's just because we have high expectations and we're great. And secondly, I tried, like, for example, trying to recruit other African comedians. I remember one person, for example, I wouldn't say names, like, oh, how much are you paying me? I was like, do you ever perform before? No. I was like, how this works? You never performed before, but you already got a prize on.
And I'm giving you a platform.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So this is a kind of, even myself, please don't get me wrong, like, when it comes to music, I'm not really supportive to the brothers who do music much. Like, for example, there's lots of few people in Glasgow. I put my hand up on that. They do music or DJs and stuff like that, which means I can say something sometimes is not my taste. Maybe it's the same like comedy, but surely even if it's not my taste, I've been in some music events before. I supported a bit, you know what I mean? But I don't think we can say 75% Black people in Glasgow, they don't like Black comedians or they don't like what I do. I'll be wrong, you know, but I think people, they have choices as well. But if we want to build this community of supportive, I think we need to start talking about it.
Exactly.
They should start talking to people, tell me why you don't. It's not like you see, when you start saying why you're not supporting me, you try and make it as a crime. So we have a language of use, the language you use actually to open up, speak up nicely, instead of like rapping each other like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Mama, am I watching? Like, come here.
Exactly. So we need to start finding like, what kind of jokes and comedy do you like? So I want to do that kind of research, blah blah and stuff. But Yeah, that question is hard. Even me, I don't think I answered enough. It's a hard one to answer because every individual is different. For me, I- honestly, I think I found out working with white people is much easier, and you get paid on time, or if they don't like it, you know. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. You know, that's
And if
the
they
way.
say they are coming, they're gonna come.
Yeah, that's why I do my business. I rather just don't wait for the bus never turns up. You know, what I mean, like, you know, he think the bus will be full of Africans coming to the show. He never
Then
even
there's
turn
no
up.
bus.
I'm not wasting my time for that. So I rather wait for the tram. I know it's coming, it's full of white people, and they're gonna support me.
Yeah, because they said they're
No,
gonna be there. And we
don't.
have to be honest, guys. There's no point in kind of sugarcoating things because, we want to be politically correct. We have to like really be honest.
And again, don't get me wrong. There's so many Africans supported me. I'm not jumping to that big tree and say, oh, only white people. I was making
Generally.
uh, just make an example that if life doesn't work in this side, don't wait for where it's not working. I didn't mean like personal. I do have friends like yourself who come to the show. There's lots of people comes every time when I had a show in Sosa and even Calabash. We've done a good one last month. Is that last month or this month? Yeah, 3 weeks ago.
So people did actually come, like they
You
paid.
came because it was a charity, was my friend's charity gig. So they came. Not only that, but it was really nice to see people come in.
Was it that week? I saw you there. Remember the last time?
Yes, yeah, you came late.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's my fault. I should have. I should
Yeah.
have. Yeah. Sometimes when you get, this is the thing. When you're planning things, sometimes you forget best friends because you're stressed up. There's so much going on that you miss the most important things, and then you're like, I wish I did.
Oh my God, I wish I didn't go out that night, to be honest.
I don't know. I left.
Oh my God. Maybe I should have left with you, to be honest.
Why?
I met a guy like 2 weeks prior to that, right? I met him, exchanged numbers. I think you might have like briefly met him like then. So cut this out if it's not for your taste for your like podcast. But anyways, I'm gonna tell you anyway. Let's tell the story.
That's good. This is nice. It's nice.
Yeah. So I met him like 2 weeks prior to that day and exchanged numbers. But now when we started talking, like one of those people like you're chatting, right? And they will ask you a question and they go offline. Like they're not waiting for their answer. I never get that. And it's like you ask me a question, I'm replying, and you're no longer online. Like, what's going on? And then he will come back online like tomorrow and continue the conversation. And I'm like, this is weird. Like, I don't get this. And this person keeps saying, I'm single, because if they say they have a girlfriend, then you'll understand. I went out that night, then I met him again.
Oh, go on. Sound like a romantic story. I like them.
Then I met him, and then I unblocked him. We started talking again, and the rest is history. Should not have done it, but anyways.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
so you guys got babies now.
It was like 3 weeks ago.
Anyway, yeah, I know where it's going.
I wish I didn't go. I wish I just stepped to, you know what? Like the first time you showed me your true colors, I deleted your number. Like, let's move on. You know what I mean? I'm talking about backtracking. When you already like ended something and then you just like backtrack. So what? Like you are a guy. Like why would a guy do that?
No, not only that. I think for me, in my own experience, I learned after like two girls. I'm talking about people sometimes this is very true. Many people come caught up on this because where I'm from, my village, until I came to Europe 20 years ago, I still only now understand. I would not tell you if someone's got mental health issues or I wouldn't tell you or I wouldn't read. But since I've been in Europe, I went through these two girls, different years, and then I understand, not in the bad way, like, now I can sense these people. As soon as I'm talking to someone like that, and then I can just sense straight away, this is going to be a problem. But just be nice, just keep it full nice and just leave it that way because I learned in the hard way. You know what I mean? Like,
also the red flags.
Yeah, so you don't see, but now I see him. So what I'm trying to say for you, I think that's I'm not saying it's good what happened, but at least I mean, I don't think it will happen again. You can actually go visit back again, like, I've been there before.
Yeah.
And, I mean, even sometimes things they can kick you fast without noticing, but just keep them in mind. Like now I'm very, very careful. What I went through in 2018
What
was,
happened?
no, I don't want to go through on the podcast, but it's like, yeah, was this person was crazy. And it's when things get the police involved and some
Mm,
stories come up, that that's not what we want. So I
mm,
think the point I'm making, like, we learn as we go, and I think it goes back. Like yesterday, you asked me questions about relationships, about Africans, like
yeah, yeah.
like us African men, we think black women don't like us, and I don't know. For personal, I think it's like we're all here for money, and secondly, like if I got four sisters back home, some of them married to some crazy guys, some of them, what I mean,
Mm,
and stuff. But in Africa, when you're there, it's love, what I mean. But here, it's so kind of, a woman deserves a man can take care of them. I believe so. A man like who can actually look after the woman. That's what I want. Someone take care of my daughter or
mm,
whatever stuff. But in this group, in our age where we are now, this where we are in this location in Glasgow, for example, as Africans,
mm,
I would say, including myself, 70% of us we went through so much challenges, situation like refugees, being
mm.
asylum seeker and stuff like that. So, and other people, it's true, we're still judging each other. Like, like I remember one time I tried to chat to this girl in the African restaurant. She looked at my shoes. She looked at her, what I'm gonna do with you? You're fucking asylum seeker. Well,
What?
when you're drunk, if they think these things don't set in my mind, it hit me so bad
It's
that
a
even
black
if I was,
woman.
yeah, even yeah, black woman, even if I was drunk, I wake up with it. That was personal to me. Like the
Mm,
person I'm thinking that's gonna be supportive, and she looked at me down like a
mm,
debt, whatever it is. But not every woman is like that. Let's be honest. Not
mm,
everybody's like that. But those cases, they stay with me like, yeah, a lot. I think the point I'm making again as well, we're all struggling,
mm.
and women, they're looking for, even men nowadays, you're looking for someone, what I mean, like, who's I
Yeah.
mean, who's gonna take off you? I mean, like, that's our culture. It's not like making women a slave, but I mean, say,
Mm,
like, me, I'm cycling, I don't have a car. I mean, like, a
mm.
woman, they look at you cycling, like, well, what am I gonna do with him? But when I see a white man cycling, is getting fit, right? but for me, the
If
guy is
it's
suffering.
if it's a white man, it's like, oh, he's looking after the environment. Yeah, these
Yeah,
guys.
to me, he's broke.
If you're a black man cycling, it's like, which one is this one?
Delivering food. So we need to come on those mindsets. I mean,
Yeah.
so what I'm laughing because it's true, man. It's a joke, but like
Sure.
so so we need to actually. Well, I think if people connect to each other, that's very true. If two
Mm,
people connect to each other, that doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. It doesn't matter what color you are. You can connect very proper. But nowadays, people they don't do connection, love. It's about sex. Sex is easier than love. I can have sex today if I want to. I can.
yeah, yeah.
But I mean to maintain for someone for long relationship. I'm talking like to be together and get
Mm,
married and settle down. That's the hardest part. So when you see people going out, they're not looking for that. They're looking for one quick go, quick. What I mean? Like
yeah.
there's no stability in this kind of relationships.
And we're out there thinking, oh, you're gonna reply to my message. You're gonna give me time. No, it's not about that.
Exactly. So for me, like people always ask me, Nico, why? I've been single now for how many years? Almost 3 years. I'm not.
Mm,
I'm not embarrassed about that.
mm,
Sometimes you get, yeah, what I mean, lucky, but for now, the past 3 years, that's why I progress for what I'm doing because
mm,
it gives you that space. You need to have something you do in your life, not only like looking at someone face every day, but nothing progress. You know,
mm,
so sometimes being single is good if you got a purpose,
mm.
but if you can't handle yourself, be yourself.
If you can handle, if you can handle salt,
You can't handle to be yourself, like to
mm,
live by yourself, to be single. I mean, like
mm,
me, staying self. then it can be a problem. It did happen to me. I used to go out all the time at night, hoping one day maybe I'll be lucky instead of I just spending money so stupidly, like and progressing anything.
And it's easy to get those one night stands and everything. Like you can go through them like every weekend, but really nothing substantial comes out of it.
Yeah, I think for me the message to people like especially my community, as I love them, is just step back, man. Just I mean like there's nothing wrong about going out. I go out myself, but I mean like I notice now like when I'm crossing that line, I step back like this is getting out of control because.
But on a serious note, honestly, like what you just spoke about, it's something that I was having a chat with some guys from Southern Africa, especially them. They were saying the same thing. Because I think what they were saying is, you see, for a man, especially if you're from Southern Africa, I'll speak specifically, right? Other women from other countries and other cultures, except for white women, they don't really like go out with, they don't go out with other cultures, like other men. They stick to their own, right? And then now Southern African women are open. So now you find out that Southern African men don't really have choices. You know what I mean? They don't have anyone to go out with because other women don't go out with them because they stick with their men, if you get what I'm saying.
Yep.
So us, we all out there giving it away. That's why they said it. You know, like it actually makes them angry.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a specialist, whatever it is, but I think you're right.
Yeah.
For me, I'm trying to think which nationality rejected me in this planet. I've been rejected a lot, you know. I mean, sometimes when you get rejected, you don't know if it's you or it is because of culture. Is that because they don't give you the good sign? They never tell you. Maybe you're smelly or you don't know. So you keep just dealing with rejection. Then this is where if you don't accept rejection, but and can they just say they got a problem, not me. If I say it's me, my God, it's gonna be a killer. But let's go back to the point we were saying about Southern African women not giving. So not I don't like to use that word. Like going out with other any nations, but not with us as Southern men. Maybe Southern men, they need to look at their behavior towards women.
Yeah.
And best thing, let's be honest, I think they should do that because I'm from Zimbabwe. I don't want to lie to when I was young, I see men beating women like there's no tomorrow. I mean, those in the villages was kind of like normal to do that. And some people still do it here, I think. And that is sick. I think that's very bad. That's why like we need to revisit. Are we still in that old how we treat women? Like, you know what I mean? Like, or you can just, the man does whatever, he goes out, to leave the woman at home, and does all that stuff. That's the other thing we need to visit as men. Like, for me, if I think I got a problem, I want to know what is it. And if I don't find it, I don't have a problem. So the problem is on the other side. But I think that's a good conversation we're having here, but I need more people to get involved because I might be saying what I'm saying, you might be saying what you're saying, but someone else must. But if you combine all these, what's called thoughts and thinking, it can be very useful to do that because different cultures, like there's some cultures, I want to be honest with you, I'm afraid to go with them because I think it'd be difficult for me to understand. People say, well, but when you're in love, doesn't matter what culture is.
Yeah, you go in.
I mean, yeah, doesn't matter. Well, you see the Chinese women with the African men in Africa nowadays. I mean,
at least you are thinking about it. But us as Southern African women, hey, we go in, we'll see. Sabona Pambil.
Yeah, that I think that's another program. Like, for example, let's talk about South Africa, for example. Johannesburg. There's poverty there. So women, they get, when I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like, there is a problem because of poverty. Not women that do these things because they want to. It's the system that set up in the environment that, you know what I mean? And it's so sad to say, but it's like, once you're programmed to do this, that's where survival is. Even you're somewhere in another country where there's no need for you to do it again, but it's already been there. So going with different men, you become a normal, you don't see as bad as other people see it. And then for me as a Southern man, Southern African man, if I see you doing that, it puts me off completely.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Even next time I see anyone, I'm like, you start pointing every girl from that area as bad, but it's not true. They're not bad. But so it creates a negative impact to men when they see our sisters or doing that. But men are bad as well. Don't get
Tell me
me wrong.
about it.
You know what I mean? So
We don't have enough time for this hour to go on.
yeah, so it's kind of like both sides. But I was saying this because you mentioned women, so
yeah,
I understand some of the bits why this happening because the situations.
Yeah, I know. Have you been watching the World Cup?
Oh yes, oh my God, I just. This is people are gonna hate me on this now. You know, like I'm gonna go straight to the point again. They think Nico is a feminist. I'm not. I think women's football is much better than men's football. I never seen people crying on the. You know. I mean, they're rolling, they're crying, and they're wasting time. You're touching a man like this.
Are you talking about Neymar? Are you talking about the Brazil?
No, the whole World Cup. It doesn't matter which country. Even Africa, everybody, they're just so sensitive.
Yeah, but it's a trick, isn't it? Like to kind of like maybe try and get.
Yeah, it's fake. So you see, when you're teaching kids that something like that, that's cheating. Those guys are getting paid low money. Like they should not feel pain. I mean, that kind of money they're earning, you should not feel
immune to pain. Who do you think is gonna win?
400,000 a week, like 400,000 a week, and then you're feeling pain.
And then you are rolling on the ground on the field the whole 90 minutes.
You can throw him against the wall, and that man will wake up. I'll be like, yeah, I'm good.
But they're not getting paid for the World Cup, so that's why maybe they just.
My friend, don't listen to that. Who told you they work for free? For what? Are you crazy?
I'm serious.
There's so much money in that cup. I don't know if it's true. They say when the World Cup started years back, they used to fill that cup with money. So which country wins?
They take the money.
Yeah.
Wow. So who do you think is gonna win though?
I actually enjoyed the game for Argentina and Mexico. I think that's a good game I watched. I thought that this is football. This is really football. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my mind is on France. I think France is gonna take it.
And what Brazil, I didn't watch it properly. And in Africa, I think Cameroon survived today. African teams, they're trying, but this year they look so tired. I don't know. They don't run like as usual. But it's just the beginning. Still got a couple 2 weeks or one.
So who do you think in the African teams is gonna go all the way?
Jesus Christ, let's be honest.
No, not all the way, like to win it. I had a conversation with this guy last night. He was like, no, Senegal is gonna win. And I'm like, mate, honestly.
I don't know, because in football you never know. But I'll be so happy to see African country win. That'd be like really.
No, I meant all the way as in like maybe quarterfinals and things like that. I didn't mean like the finals. I don't think so.
The way they are now, no chance.
Quarterfinals.
No. They never. These guys, they not meet the big guys yet. They just been playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You not meet the. Spain gets serious. Spain. Spain can get serious. Like yesterday was a good game.
Okay, so you think who's gonna win though?
No, for me, if I do it for fun, for bookies or whatever, not meaning it, because I don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna guess. I wouldn't say I know who's gonna win, but I can guess. I think maybe if you give me a week now, I would guess. But now it's too early, because you see this weekend, I can tell you who's gonna win.
Okay.
Now it's too.
Are you hoping for England? You're supporting England. I was supporting Wales.
No, for me, no offense. England, they go home tomorrow. They have to go home tomorrow if they lose.
You think they're gonna lose?
Man, they can bully Wales, because they always bully Wales, but on the rugby, but on football changes, For me, I'm not an expert in football, but the English team, they spent all the years using foreigners players for this Premier League. So they never had like their own players like really into the games properly. So they find it hard to switch again. But they're nice guys, man. Let's be honest. They've been playing cool. I like the diversity. I like to see black people on the
Yeah, I'm supporting them as well, like your
on the
Saka,
stage.
your Rashford, and Sterling. Yeah.
Did you see the propaganda of Australia?
What's happening?
They recruit these poor Sudanese refugees and put them on the team, and they don't play them. They just it's like decoration.
Oh, like they are sitting there, like on the bench. I saw that, and then when they were losing, they started like putting them on, like right in the like in the end.
This is I don't know, maybe I'm wrong by saying refugees, but this now they're Australian citizens. Of course, we should respect that. But Australian human rights, racism towards black, it's not going to cover. You're not going to use these three players as a cover, what a magazine cover. All we know exactly what's going on. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, when it comes to racism, I'm really worried about some World Cup, some countries. This year they planned it very well. Like, you see, like Qatar, I didn't know that there's some black, not black, like, I think they're from Sudan. None of Arabs in that team. Said,
yeah.
What basis of human rights do you qualify to apply for asylum seeking in Qatar? It's like someone holding a machine gun to you, like, I'm applying for this. I want to be here. I can play football.
Like, come on in then. Come.
So I'm not laughing. It's not funny. I just, because I can do this in the stand-up comedy. I can see jokes in this World Cup because there's so much jokes, man. Like,
the whole FIFA is a joke.
Come on, the way these guys crying like babies. You touch him. I'm like, come on, man.
And what do you think of Ronaldo and the saga?
No, me, Ronaldo, I love Ronaldo. I don't care what English people think about him, what they do. The guy is a special guy. He plays football, you know what I mean? He likes himself. I like people who are proud for themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the minute you like yourself, you're arrogant. You're cocky, you this, you that. People don't want to hear that. They keep saying, be yourself, be yourself. The minute you are yourself, you cancelled. Because he's being himself, you know, like and he's and it does. So what I found, like with the interview, right? He's saying, this is how I feel. This is how I feel. You know, I'm looking at this situation and this is how I feel. And people are like, no, you shouldn't feel like that. You shouldn't say that. But it's like, it's his truth.
Yeah, I think for me, I was listening to the interviews, like during even the World Cup, the way they're trying to put him down, especially the English guys, because in English people, this is, if you don't know about history of England, they've been controlling the world for years. So if you do anything against them, they'll bury your life. They will make sure you are not there. These guys are bad, man. they don't want anyone until, but unfortunately they are losing the power now after Brexit and stuff. They're gone. Yeah, they're not gonna get it back.
No, and with the internet and everything, people are no longer like, it's like, oh, there's war in Russia. Oh, this is how Putin is. We can go out actually and find information ourselves and make up our own mind. I think that's the danger of the internet. I don't think they realized that when the internet like started, you know?
It's the same like they said, what's called living crisis. And he's saying sending 500 million to Ukraine for war. Like, that's not living crisis. You're giving some people. I'm not saying Ukraine shouldn't be supported in war, but not by weapons. You know, I'd like to see the man goes to the strategy of peace, like the negotiations and stuff like that. You know, I mean, like do something positive, not like explosion. It's like how do you stop a war in that way? Like, you know, I mean, so that's why I disagree with that. But I'm not saying Ukraine war is bad. I'm just saying use money wisely, like actual in the program of peace. Now, feeding kids, that's fine, but not like weapons or like.
And I wonder why they're not helping Swaziland, because the same thing is happening in Swaziland. Like people are, you know, like the same thing that is happening in Iran, it's happening in Swaziland. But you wonder why there's no widespread media attention over it.
Swaziland doesn't have oil. Swaziland doesn't have gas. Swaziland, it doesn't have money. You know, so it's all about money. You know, I mean. It's everything we're living these days is about money. Even the firefighters come to house, they won't tell you you're gonna pay, but secretly you are paying for it. Council tax, all that.
Oh, they love council tax. They can even put you in bad credit for council tax. I'm like, oh my God, this thing.
Exactly. It's like
don't mess
sometimes
around with council tax.
you miss the bins. If you miss the bins, you call them. They never turn back, come back. But end of the month, the council tax bill comes. Then it's for water, bins, and stuff like the bins they've missed.
My bin is there.
So things like this is what I was thinking yesterday when we were talking about the government system, the way it's set up. Like I was telling you about yesterday about protesting. It's like when you see people like in George Square protesting, it's very rare to see people living benefits protesting. Because the government used that system to shut you off. It pays for your house, it pays for your children, it pays for your dog, pays for everything. Who are you to go and say that? But if you are wake up early in the morning every day, paying your taxes, national insurance, everything, and then they treat you like shit. You have to protest. That's the difference they miss. Why so many people don't get involved in this struggle? Because the government already paid them off. He's already paid them.
So benefits are like a payoff to like quiet.
How can you shout against someone who's give you everything? Come on.
Yeah.
Especially in my area, I don't name where I live, but my area like is very poverty. Like someone suffering with alcohol and drugs, and tell them, man, we're going to George Square to protest. Why they give you money for drugs?
Yeah.
Why they give you money for drugs? Let's protest. No way. No one ever protests about because that system is bad, actually. It's giving people drugs, alcohol, everything, and no one protests against knowing that is bad.
But is it a wrong thing though? Like, because for me, the way the benefit system like works over here, like if you're not working, at least you're gonna have house, you're gonna have a house, you're gonna have internet, you're gonna have entertainment, you're gonna have food. Versus back home, where if you're not working, you're not getting anything from the government. Is that not why crime is so high in Africa versus over here? Because you don't get people robbing here for a loaf of bread. But back home, like you have to if you're not working.
Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. That's what caused problems. But this is a rich country I'm talking about, where which means they got enough money to feed everybody, which is good, or to create jobs. And the government make all the rules in Africa, blah blah, all that stuff. If we go along, but surely, like to pay for me to take drugs and alcohol, I mean, I'm not saying they should control what people use money for and stuff like that, but I'm looking at the government strategy, how to control the people. Like, I mean, imagine if everybody was sober, for example, or everybody was working and stuff. The government wouldn't handle us, man. It would be like in South Africa. Let's go back to South Africa. See in South Africa, how much drugs killing people and alcohol and crime. Government loves that. Government loves that because they know now these are dying. Don't worry, they can't even fight us. You know what I mean? So
they are drunk or they are hangover.
Yeah, they know that 25% cannot say anything. So now we're dealing with them.
75.
The few. Now, okay, let me say this to people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not judging both countries and stuff. I'm not saying benefits are wrong in this country. I'm not saying. I'm just saying the government is wrong the way the system's designed. It's designed to control people. You know what I mean? It's not designed to enable you to be something. You know, it's designed to be under control. Like, for example, asylum seekers, refugees in UK, you're not allowed to work. And they're given £35, maybe now it's £45 a week. For what? You know what I mean? Like, because in case we deport him, so he never come back, so he knows how hard is it.
Getting £45 a week? Oh, that's hard.
So imagine they send you home in that mentality, like, I'm not going back to UK at all. So that's how they set up the mind control. But people like me, I was like, don't worry, I want that 35 quid, and I'm coming back because you know what? I know this country's got money. You know,
it's like 45, but that's like 900 rands, like a week.
No, it's a South African issue for me. I wouldn't go there because it's a very difficult one. But there's nothing wrong about talking about. I'm not an expert as well in these things, but I think that I'm the person who always angry with the governments. I hate governments. I don't know who love the government. I don't care. I hate them. I hate the government because the whole system is wrong. Doesn't matter if you're in South Africa,
It
in
doesn't matter
Zimbabwe.
which government. That's what I was saying to you the other day. It's like, okay, like when the Queen died and everyone was going on about the diamond on her crown and things like that. Oh, now we need to talk about the land, you know? And fast forward, Ramaphosa is in the UK. He's wearing like all the military stuff. He's sitting there. There's no way this guy is there talking about returning of the diamond, like on the Queen's crown. They're not talking about that. You know what I mean?
But I
They
heard
don't
that
care.
I heard that was from India. What South Africa wanted for?
No, some of it is from India, but there's two crowns. Like one
Oh,
has the South African diamond and one has like an Indian.
but she bought it though.
Oh, it was given to her by people like Ramaphosa. These people are just like sleeping in one bed with one
Yeah.
blanket.
You
There's
see
no
that
way.
case? Yeah. I see what you mean. You see that case? That's what I said yesterday. That kind of argument and stuff. I'm talking about myself. I'm not saying everyone. I wouldn't really waste my energy on that.
No.
No, because come on, man. It's like these people, they go there. It's called they're gods in their own circle.
Mm.
You know what I mean? They're untouchable. You cannot even Ramaphosa tomorrow can quit, be a South African president, disappear. You don't know where he lives. You don't know. It's got these massive houses in Switzerland or everywhere, even anywhere. So he can just disappear, and then all your energy used the 5 years fighting him is worthless. So I think I must say naive to say this. Like for me personally, I think nowadays it's about just look after yourself, where you are, which corner you are in. Don't really worry, not worry about the world, but just like it's too late. You know what I mean? Like the corruption in South Africa, like, you know what I mean? Like even here, it's just like if you can hold on, like it's like people go hunting bees, man. If you can get that chunk of honey, just run and eat it. You know what I mean? Feed
Yeah,
your family if
honestly.
you can, you know, because there's I don't know. I don't know. Technology as well is getting it worse because we hear a lot of things. Personally, someone asked me, Nico, where do you want to end up in your life? I'll go back to my village, chill, save some money here, and chill like as chilling, man. I don't. I've seen the world, I travel a bit, so I don't care anymore what the government does, as long as they don't touch my nice bungalow in the village. I'm, I'm, I'm just happy.
And your podcast.
Yeah, podcast, I can sell it for 20 million. Then I take the money, I go home, you know.
So in
So,
closing, like really, really, you will want to go home.
of course, home is home. I don't think I will have to die here. No way. I need to, you know, in life, I always tell people, like, if I started bad, I end up good. That's a good thing. But if you started good and end up bad, which one is the best? So for
Yeah,
me,
but
I
it
think,
depends what you define bad. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean, like bad, like poverty, like suffering. I mean, like all the working 3 jobs, all that stuff, like
yeah.
wake up in the morning. But at the end of my life, I just want to chill at home in the village where I don't have to wake up in the morning to watch dishes. And I've done lots of rubbish jobs, man. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
deserve peace. In this country, the only peace you get if you retire is the care home, which is, I call it death, airport of death. you don't have time to, you know what I mean? So I don't want that. I don't want to
Yeah.
be in the airport of death. You know, I can get home
You just
waiting.
waiting there, goes like next, next,
Yeah,
next.
no. That's why, like, if that edge comes, and then I'll like, even if I don't have enough money, I don't care. Back home is
But
it's
you
not
won't, yeah,
easy.
you'll retire back home.
Yeah, I think it's good. Not even retire. Who knows? Maybe 2 years time, I decided to pack my things and do whatever I want. But
Wow.
I wouldn't put my life here. Like it's like, oh, I'm gonna buy a massive house in Buckingham Palace or that stuff. Or no,
Not here.
no.
No.
I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. But you know, we're not belong here. But unfortunately, the world is moving. We should move around as well.
No, definitely for me. But you know me, because I was here like 2010 and I went home in 2014. I was like, I'm tired of this. I'm not having a child in this place. I went home to give birth to my son. And I stayed there till 2019, you know, and then coming back here, even for the children, it's not healthy. Children come back from school, they come home, they don't have friends. It's not like back home. Kids are playing outside. You just need to be involved in your children's life 24/7. It's unhealthy.
I call it culture differences. The culture differences to me, like when I came to these countries, like I was shocked to see people walking dogs, right?
Mm.
I was like, what's wrong with the British dogs? They can't walk themselves. Because that was my first time, I was like, what's wrong with this dog? Then I realized this is culture. Let home dogs walk themselves. So small things. And
was it your first culture shock for you?
Yeah, seriously, I was like
a grown man waking up like in the middle of like the morning to walk a dog.
And that dog is wearing a jumper for 200 pounds. Oh no, let's leave it there, man. Man, I love culture differences because when you look at culture difference, that's where they come at the start. That's why I write about culture differences.
Yeah, but for me, the one of the first culture shocks, it's me like landing like in the airport. I'm getting out of the airport and I see this white woman like scrubbing and cleaning.
Cleaning.
I was like, what's going on? Like, in South Africa, you will never see that. I was like, this is different.
For me, was the gardener, the guy cutting lawn. I called my uncle because he used to do cutting a lot. Man, I think there's lots of jobs here.
For you. Thank you so much, my brother. It's been a pleasure. Man.
Thank you. It's good. Just to say, like those, if you leave comments, if you think we touch something that you don't understand, I'm happy to take it back. But yeah, I think we should close by saying, brothers and sisters, love each other and respect. Don't use each other for short term. Because I think we should do another episode.
Oh, definitely. I think the time just like went by. I didn't even get through everything that I wanted to get through.
That's me. When you talk to me, it's very interesting.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming through. And yeah, I love what you said. We should just really look after each other over here. Seriously. We should love each other. We should look after each other. We should help each other.
Yeah. No, it's hard though, but because before it was like, well, as I said, me I can say much. It's hard because we're living in a world of jealousy. We're living in a world of people that don't admit that. But me, I don't care what people do, what they have. That's the beautiful of my heart. I love that. That's why people always see me smiling, even if I don't have cash. Doesn't matter if I got cash. It's just like that's the way it is. But some people, they will really, like for me, when you start doing things, now you notice people who are really bad. Like who wish you bad. Then you start realizing, or I know now, but it's good to know your people, your enemy, not enemy. I don't like the word enemies. It's called people who don't understand each other.
Yeah, definitely.
So like what you are doing right now, not everybody is really happy to see you talking, doing this. Now, they won't say it, but
no, like even the funny thing is because for me, like the podcast, right? My vision for it was like, because sometimes as Black people, you try to do something, it's hard to even like get money to market your stuff. So I've been saying to people, come here, like just market, what are you doing? And then the 300 people that watch my episodes, 300 people, maybe 1, 2 might buy or might, or ask for your services. They don't even want to do that.
Yeah,
I'm asking you a free marketing platform and you don't want to come.
Well, since you say that, I'm going to advertise myself. Guys, I'm going to leave now in 3 seconds. So please, can you smile first before you hear this? Okay. All right. Go on YouTube, for example, go to Siakuluma We Talk podcast. You're going to see more videos are done as well. And what else? Yeah. On Anchor.
Your refugee work as well.
Spotify. Yeah, I've got lots of work, actually. But I'll send you the links anyway. You tap it down.
Yeah. Okay.
And today is Monday.
Yes.
Wow. I'll challenge myself to Tuesday to be 7 days, no alcohol. So tomorrow will be 7 days.
I'll invite you on Saturday to come and have a drink with me.
No, I'm away this Saturday. I told you.
Oh, yeah, next week. Yeah.
Next week will be good.
Thank you so much.
I like drinking some of that.
You remember that week we went on, like, we didn't sleep for like, was it like 2 days?
No, don't say that. My mother, she's listening.
Ah.